Here's what Google classifies as helpful content. By now, you know about Google's helpful content update. It's all about how Google wants you to create content for humans and not search engines. Which makes sense because no one wants to read content that's just stuff with keywords and doesn't make sense. Today, I wanted to break down 7 ways to make your content more helpful. Way number 1, only write on what you know. Over the years, I've created websites on a lot of different topics, from medical to financial to even poker. But here's the issue. I'm not an expert in any of those topics. Hence, none of those websites did really amazing well. Sure, some of them ranked really high on Google for the short run, but they still didn't do amazingly well. Back then, Google's algorithm was much easier, but still, people didn't really care as much for my content because it wasn't amazing. It was just average. Why? Because I wasn't an expert and I truly didn't understand those topics. But most of the content that I produce on marketing, it does well. Why? As you guess, because I know that topic inside and out. I know it super well, so I can write extremely well on it compared to most people. In other words, I'm an expert in marketing, so I focus my efforts on writing marketing content. Way number 2, Google wants you to focus your content on a specific industry or niche. As Google stated in the past, they prefer that you don't create lots of content on different topics. In other words, they want you to focus. You could say this is related to being an expert, but it's a little bit different. If your website focuses on one thing, it's much more likely to be the end-all be-all website for that one resource and topic, versus sites like Wikipedia that cover everything, but they don't really go super in-depth on any one topic. Way number 3, make sure your content is executable. If someone reads your content and they don't have a specific takeaway and they don't know what to do next, you're failing with your content then. What I like to do is end my articles with a summary, and that summary is of the learnings, and I express that summary through a conclusion, and I make it very clear with key takeaways. I also label my conclusion with the word conclusion as a heading, so that way it's clear in case someone wants to just skim your article. Way number 4, continually update your content. Things change over time. Don't assume that if you write a piece of content, it will keep getting traffic. As things get stale, your traffic will go down. It sucks, but it's the reality. So you want to keep your content up to date and fresh and relevant so it provides users with the best experience possible. When updating your content, it's not about how much you change. It's more about what do you need to change to make it amazing. Some people tell me like, do I need to change a paragraph, 5 paragraphs, rewrite the whole article, add images, videos? What do I need to do, Neil? And I'm like, compare it to your competition. See who's ranking for the keywords that you want to rank for or you are ranking for. What are they doing better than you? What are they doing worse than you? What can you do to improve your article? That'll give you an idea of how much you should update your content by or how little you need to update that piece of content by. And that could be little to nothing and maybe even no change, or that could mean that you have to rewrite the whole article. Try to update your content at least once a year. I like having my team go through our content at least once a quarter, if not twice a year, on the worst absolute case if we're super busy. Way number 5, add in your secret sauce. What do you know that others don't? What have you experienced that others haven't? By adding in your secret sauce and your personal experiences, you are more likely to get social shares, backlinks, and generate more traffic. If you're just regurgitating what everyone else is already saying, then there's nothing that will be unique. So in every piece of content, try to add in your personal experiences. Way number 6, appeal to all different types of readers. Some people like skimming, some people love reading, some people love watching videos, some people like listening, and some people are visual learners. In other words, use things like videos, infographics, images, and anything else that you think can help improve the experience. Just look at this image that breaks down how fast a cheetah runs. Yes, that topic's been beaten to death, but the visuals make it different and easier to really comprehend how fast a cheetah runs. Way number 7, do your keyword research. I want you to head over to Ubersuggest and type in a keyword related to the topic that you're focusing on. For this example, I'm using the term digital marketing. In the left-hand navigation, I want you to click on keyword ideas. This is where you can find a lot of different keywords. I want you to click on the tabs like related, questions, preposition. This is where you'll find a lot of keywords, and many of them are based on what people are interested in. Integrating some of those concepts into your topics will help ensure that your content is thorough and will help you rank higher, because it will be better than your competition who didn't take the time to be thorough. Now, if you need help with Google's helpful content update and you were hit by it, or even if you weren't hit by it but you want to be prepared for the next update, check out my ad agency, NP Digital, where we handle this all for companies. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm here to help. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it with other people, and subscribe to the channel.